Number 1. Lack of technical know-how. It is regrettable that many people and organizations have ventured into poultry farming without technical knowledge. Knowledge of poultry farming techniques are required before anyone can operate the business profitably. Number 2. Management problem. Any incompetent management may not be able to operate a profitable poultry farm. The managers of the farm must know what they are employed to do and possess the ability to do it. Some poultry managers fail to recognize the particularity of poultry farming in their management style, thereby preparing good ground for losses in venture. Many managers do not recognize the need for timely planning and control in running the farm. Number 3. Disease breeds. Some fertilized eggs meant to be hatched into the incubator could be infected with diseases from the parent stock. This means that before the eggs were hatched, they had been diseased. If the disease are not detected and treated on time, the affected birds may die sooner or later. Number 4. Hygiene deficiency. There is a minimum hygiene condition that must exist in any poultry farm if the birds are to remain healthy and produce maximally for profit. The poultry farm must be kept clean always. The droppings should be cleared on time before they constitute an agent of disease. Number 5. Poor feeding conditions and wastage of feed. The birds need to be fed well in the pans in order to produce maximum meat and eggs, either of which may be the purpose of running the farm. The birds are fed with varying quantities of feed at different stages and with the appropriate feed. The various feeds are the pre-starter, starter feed, grower feed, and finisher feed, which must be sufficiently rich to give the birds the required nutrients to grow healthy and produce optimally. Number 6. Security. A poultry farm must be established in a secured place to ward off enemies of birds such as rats, soldier ants, snakes, wild birds, etc. Most of these enemies are agents of diseases that could lead to an epidemic on the farm, and they kill the birds directly as well. There must be a strict check on the farm workers who may be stealing the chickens and the eggs. Also, visitors may constitute a problem to the farm if they are not properly checked. Number 7. Housing. Birds need minimum space and convenient space to grow well and produce maximum meat and eggs. Birds are spaced on the farm according to their ages. While their chicks need little space, growers and mature birds need more space and ventilation to perform well. The service of a consultant may be needed to determine the appropriate spacing for the birds, without which they may suffocate to death, which will be a big loss to the business. Number 8. Inability to prevent, detect, and control diseases. It is often said that prevention is better than cure as far as diseases are concerned, and this is a true statement and a relevant one to poultry farming. A poultry farmer should know how to prevent poultry diseases as well as how to cure them. If he or she does not know anything about prevention measures, the service of a consultant in the field should be engaged for good results. Number 8. Marketing. A marketing plan is absolutely necessary to successful commercial poultry farming, as any farmer ignorant of his or her marketing needs is bound to run into serious losses and eventually failure. It will be ridiculous to start poultry production without knowing when, where, how, and to whom to sell the chickens and the eggs as they are produced. We cannot talk of profit if the meat and the eggs have no ready market. Eggs have a very short shelf life, and if they are not sold quickly, they will go bad, and no one is interested in buying bad eggs. Also, birds not sold at the appropriate time will be fed at an extra cost that may make the business unprofitable. Therefore, adequate marketing strategies are needed to sell all the poultry products at the appropriate time and price. Ignoring the role of livestock consultants. There are always practicing expertise in every professional or occupation who functions as consultants. They are there to proffer solutions to problems that exist in such professions at a minimum cost. Where a livestock farmer doesn't have adequate technical and managerial experience, he or she can consult experts for necessary advice to bridge the gap. Even where the farmer thinks he or she has all it takes to run a farm successfully, there may be need to seek the service of expertise in the field, as it is usually said that two heads are better than one. Before I go ahead and outline what we need to do to grow a successful chicken business, please like the video. If you are new, subscribe and share so that also other poultry farmers can learn, and to help me also help grow my channel to reach more poultry farmers. Thank you for subscribing, liking and sharing. Let's continue our discussion. The number of chickens you start with doesn't matter. You can begin with 1, 3 or 5 chickens and end up being a millionaire when you do the following. And number 1, analyze. You need to take time to investigate and analyze. Learn a few things on how to start and learn it perfectly. Number 2, understand the risk and the rewards. Any business requires an entrepreneur to be a risk taker. As you investigate, get to learn the risk you will have to take and the rewards that will come after. Number 3, keep records. This is one of the most important tools in any successful business. As you start, always keep detailed records of expenses, profits, and write all the equipments you've bought and any amount used in purchasing them. This helps you to understand your financial position and help you to identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Collect on the mistakes and maintain the strength. Number 4, be organized and punctual. I always tell my clients and followers that this is not a lazy man's business. You will have to recognize your work well and be a realizer. You have to do things in the right time and perfectly. The chicken house needs to be clean. They need to continuously supply of enough clean water and proper feed. Vaccinate them in the time and prevent diseases. To manage on this, you also need to at least have a table of day-to-day activities so that you don't forget any important activity to be carried out. Number 5, be creative. As the saying goes, necessity is the mother of invention. Think of what other things you need to do as individual to cut off the cost of keeping chickens. You can decide to make your own feeders, drinkers, and make your own feeds. Ensure that your compound is well fenced to barricade the predators from entering and causing the losses. This will help maximize the profit. 6, be patient and focused. You need to know what you want to achieve and always remember the old saying that Rome wasn't built in a day. Many people want to start making profit immediately. They'll start without considering the factors that they need to put in place so that they may reach their others. Others give up while others start eating the eggs instead of being patient. Stay focused and achieve the best. Number 7, accept competition. Some people around you doing this business and many others may join after seeing yours. Don't be jealous and selfish to give them information when they require or inquire it from you. Thank you for watching and subscribing, liking and sharing, and as always, a happy farmer. Bye bye.